Hello, welcome to my office. It's where I work all week. Gonna go for a ride today. Doing some prep work onto it before this next event. If you remember, back in the last video, we had some suspension issues. Here's a good example of the issues we had. So yeah, we were pogoing quite a bit, dealing with the suspension bouncing more than I would like. Some of the things I wanted to do to address this, I'm not going to be able to do in time for the event. I made a quick adjustment based on my assessment, what I think I needed to do to help the suspension, which was to lower the bump stops down to try to get them to engage sooner. What I noticed in the video was on up travel, the suspension was barely getting to the bump stop before it was rebounding and bouncing again. So I'm going to try to lower it, get it to engage sooner. I think part of the issue is I just do not have enough up travel for the suspension, and I'm going to work on that by trying to change the upper control arm mounts. Mainly going to lower them closer to the axle. That'll give me more clearance and get rid of some of the issues I'm having with bottoming out. I can show you those right now. All right, so here is the upper control arm mount on the axle. As you can see, it's pretty substantially off the axle, about a full hand. So that's about, let's say, like 6 or so inches roughly. And what's happening is if you look up high there on the motor mount, you can see where the upper control arm is bottoming out on that motor mount. And that's part of my up travel restriction. As well, on the other side, you can actually see it's hitting the bolt there when it's at ride height and damaging the bolt. That's going to be fun to get off. But yeah, same situation over here. I need more clearance. So all over off season, I'm going to chop these down, drop them so I have more clearance. That'll give me a lot more travel room. Then I'm going to have to worry about the axle tube getting into the oil pan. There's a few things I can do to try to get some more up travel over off season. I'm going to work on that, see what I can do. But for the meantime, what I did was I just lowered those bump stops. Unfortunately, the driver's side bump stop, when I went to adjust it, I broke the valve stem off, and it no longer functions as a bump stop. So I had to frantic order a set of new ones, which, if you look up in there, there's a new set. This set looks maybe slightly better, a little less travel. Maybe it'll be a little bit stiffer. We're going to find out and hopefully have a good time. Something else I thought about doing based on a suggestion from the editor was to put heavier springs in. But I decided against that for the main reason that the last event's at Summit Point. And Summit Point's a much better groomed surface compared to Panthera. So I didn't have any pogoing, no bottoming out issues, no suspension issues at all last time I ran Summit Point. The only issues I had were unrelated to that, the power steering belt going, stuff like that, motor related. So it didn't make sense to me to change to 600 springs on that and go stiffer when what I had last time worked really good. Got a quick cold start for you. Gonna tune the carb to try to get the idle air mixture down to hopefully make it so it doesn't detonate when I shut it off. So let's go do that. pretty sure all that screaming that you're hearing is the alternator. I can't quite get, used to be a back brace that went right here to the back of the alternator. On the old alternator, before I replaced it, it mounted up here, pretty much where the negative, or the positive output of the alternator is. I can't run that anymore based on how this Bosch one is set up. I gotta make something else that ties in down on this lower part down here, so it'll go from there to there. Not sure how I'm gonna do it yet, so I'm just kind of running with two, so it's a little bit wibble wobbly, which is, you know, what you want in rally, right? Right? Let's adjust this idle. Yeah, I think we're on the last run of this motor. I don't think it's got any more in it, because it's quite a bit of smoke now. Watch when I rev it up. God, it sounds so bad, or so, like, you know, badass good. Well, we'll load her up, send it one last time for the season, and then we're back to pulling the motor and see if we can get it rebuilt. The joys of owning a race car. It's safe to say I didn't fix it. Alright, doing final checks here. Getting things buttoned up. I was charging the ramp truck's battery. The inside battery. Just getting it topped off so that way it's as full as it can be. Get ready for the road trip to Summit Point. Hopefully I can spend the night there. I'm probably going to be getting there a little late. I hope it's open. I think it should be open, hopefully. And yeah, we'll get this knocked out. Hopefully less eventful drive down than the past two trips, but I'm not holding my breath there. Good chance it's going to be just the same as it has been when you drive an 80s truck to get your 80s race truck to the track. So yeah, finish, get ready, check oil, tranny fluid, all that fun stuff, and get on the road. Wish me luck. This is most comfortable drive I've had. Went rather smooth. Truck ran a little hot a lot of the way, like 215, hotter than I would like. I think it needs a new radiator, probably a new water pump too. Just needs a little going through the whole cooling system. But overall it's not too bad. I did, when I was flushing the cooling system, apparently the first time I flushed it, when I was getting the hose off, the lower radiator hose, I was having to pry a whole bunch. And I was watching the radiator flex when I was doing it, and I was like, this feels a little sketch. And turns out, yeah, it was a little sketch, because when I flushed it the second time after last events, I noticed that the hose was like kinked in, so it had like kind of this V kink in the opening for where the lower radiator's hose went on. So when I was flushing it the second time, I went in there with some pry bars and hammered it as round as I could get it again. Got the hose back on there, and it's fine, it doesn't leak, but kind of a indication that the radiator's old, doesn't have much life left. With that, probably gonna finish this beer and go straight to bed. It's already 11 o'clock at night. I'm the only one here sleeping at the track, so gonna be a quiet night. Try to get some rest before tomorrow's race, and we'll see what trouble we get into then. With that, good night. See you in the morning. Lap. It's been raining off and on all morning. Get an idea what this track's like. Oh boy. Grip feels alright, all things considered. We'll wet through here. It's gonna make it slick for this turn up here. It's going to be rough at speed. Fun, a lot more grip than I was expecting. hitting me in the chest.
I just got a 48.4 on that one.
Nice. I'll be happy if I get like a 50 flat. I'll be happy if I get like a 50 flat. Last run. I gotta turn down this idle. I'm like idling at 1200 RPM. It's a bit excessive. Made it through first set of runs. Let's hope we can make it through the afternoon too. Alright, we got afternoon drive through. Reverse course. Let's see how this goes. While course workers running to their station because they weren't paying attention. Holy rocks, that's it. Yikes. That's a hard slowdown. Take the chicane. So hard. I'll say congratulations. You're by far the fastest person to get belted in here.
I've done it in other cars before.
Got it. Can't think of what I can do better through is keep washing them wide. I guess gotta blow it up way more.
So what's the story behind this car? How'd you get it?
Found it on Facebook Marketplace, of all places, at a scrapyard in Martinsville, Virginia. So I drove down, had a buddy who lives in North Carolina take me there, pick it up in his truck, because I didn't have a tow rig at the time.
Oh, I'm guessing it wasn't running at the time?
It was running, but it's no VIN, nothing, so I can't register it.
Gotcha.
But it ran paved oval, late 90s, early 2000s.
Wow.
So that's my why, like, the motor is stock-ish. It's got some engine parts in it. I don't know because I bought it from a junkyard. But it's carbureted, even though these were EFI from the factory.
Wow.
Because back then, circle track EFI was considered too advanced. So if you had an EFI car,
You had to convert to...
you had to put it on a carburetor.
Wow. You got a choke somewhere?
No, you don't need those. It's really hard to start. Describe how happy I am with how today went as far as the rallycross goes. DeWitt did awesome. Like the only changes I really made, as you saw, was to lower the bump stops and also change the bump stops inadvertently, and it felt great. It definitely responded better. It's just controlling that up travel really made a difference. And I was able to put down competitive times against the other MR guys. I was hitting a lot of cones just because I'm still not fully used to the truck. There's still that bit of driving to learn the truck and just get an idea of what it's like. I've been driving so long to survive, just make it to the end, that I haven't got the ability to just kind of drive the truck and get a feel for it and know the limits of the truck and know how to enter corners, all that stuff. So I think with some more practice and some more changes to better improve the front suspension, because I think there's still a margin for improvement there. I think there's more work to do, but it was much better today. And if I could just drive and focus on driving more as I get more comfortable with Clyde and DeWitt running and making it to events, it's always in the back of my mind of what I need to fix, what's going to break on me. I was still dealing with some nagging issues like the throttle getting stuck. I changed the springs around to fix that. Just little things like that take you out of racing, take you out of driving the vehicle. So once I get a better feel for, you know, just racing it, I feel like I can be competitive, and that's huge. That is absolutely huge. To be able to take a lower Jeep Comanche and run with these BMWs, I got solid axles front and rear. I'm really happy about that, and it's something I should be happy about. So I'm gonna take today, as far as rallycross goes, as a giant win. Focus on getting home. Hopefully we can just, you know, eat a bunch of gas and oil and get home. And I'll update you if anything interesting happens. Otherwise, I'll throw a little bit of driving footage in while it's still daylight out, and excited for what the future holds for DeWitt and Clyde. All right, and just like that, made it back home. Pretty uneventful drive home. Cruised, everything went very smoothly. Clyde did very well, other than sucking through way too much gas. And I kind of pushed it on gas mileage to get it here, just because I want to see how low I can run the gas tanks before it starts to spit and sputter and run out. And I figure it's better to do that close to home, and yeah, I want to get a better idea of capacity, how far I can push my range, because right now it's a little shorter than I would like. So kind of want to, I say that, I always stop pretty short. I want to see how far I can push it. So yeah, got myself a very nice celebratory beer. This is, it's a special beer in the sense that it's way too much alcohol in it, and I save these for special occasions because I like to have these rewards for when I work really hard to get something done, and it's just something to kind of remind myself of why I do all this stuff, give myself a reward of I push really hard and I work really hard to do what I do, and I need to celebrate that. So I kept this around. I was planning on drinking it when I got DeWitt done for the beginning of the DC Rallycross region, But since I didn't get that, I didn't make it till the freaking fourth or fifth event. So I didn't get that goal accomplished. So I just left this beer, and it didn't feel right at any point. So now I'm having it after the end of the DC Rallycross region events. I got DeWitt to run competitively. I ran really hard, and I can refine it, make it better, do even better with it, and I'm ecstatic of how good this truck performs. I expected it to take 2+ years to get DeWitt to the point where I can get near the BMWs, and it wasn't looking great till this last adjustment and change in my driving style, getting more confidence that the truck would make it through the event, and just actually trying to focus on driving my lines. I'm over the moon with it. So, hope you enjoyed, and it's going to be back to redesigning things, refining it, and trying to get it so I can consistently keep up with the BMWs, and more importantly, consistently finish events. It only took me 5 events this year to actually finish one, so it feels good to get one done and also have a completely flawless trip with Clyde, as far as no breakdowns, no scares, nothing. So catch you on the next adventure. Till then, enjoy. Damn, that's good.